Ooh, grasshopper. Oh no. Everywhere is just so bright. Easy. Oh. Hi guys, welcome to the channel. How is everybody doing today? This is Pro Storyline. It's a beautiful Friday. It's almost noon. 2 minutes to noon. It's a beautiful Friday, almost noon. How you doing? You're welcome to the channel, and make sure you subscribe if you're just tuning in for the first time. Hi, Malise the Queen. Hello from the Philippines. Hi, Malene. How are you? Thanks for tuning in. Thank you for tuning in. Hey, everybody. Good afternoon. It's already midday. Good afternoon. How are you? Please subscribe if you're just tuning in. Good. How are you? Well, Malise, I'm doing very great. I'm doing very well by the grace of God. It's a beautiful day, a miracle of sleeping and even waking. It's a blessing, so I'm really blessed to see today. Thank you so much. Guys, make sure you subscribe. And this is Pro Storyline. Okay, Malise says, where are you from? I'm from Nigeria. Nigeria. Fisal Gender Hika. Hi. Where are you watching from? Please guys, like, subscribe to the channel. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Nigeria, you must have heard a lot of things that is going on in Nigeria. You must have heard so many things like Christian genocide thing. You know, the US is really on Nigeria's president's neck, you know, to find solutions to whatever that is happening in the country. And today I want to talk about this great person, General Christopher Musa, supposed to be the new, call it the former Chief of Defense Staff. Yes. Okay, Malise says he has, oh, I have a big Nigeria community. Okay, that's great. Nigerians are everywhere, like, Nigeria are everywhere, because if there's a saying that goes, if you go to any country in this planet, if you go to any place on the planet Earth, and then you don't find at least one Nigerian, just know that you're in the wrong place. That means that place is not habitable by anybody. Nigerians are everywhere around the world, anywhere, even the coldest of places, like what's that? Oh, I've forgotten. In very, is it that, I don't know, but there's this very cold place in the world. Is it Yunsik? I've forgotten the name. If you go there, you find a Nigerian. One of a Nigerian content creator, traveler, you know, traveled there to create content. He was surprised to meet a Yoruba Nigerian. So glad to. Prasa Dange Kubura. Hi, please subscribe to the channel if you're just tuning in. Malise says, yes, I have 2 Nigerian ladies that I hire to do videos for some of my channels. Oh my God. Wow. You say you have 10 channels. I heard you told me yesterday you have 10 YouTube channels and 7 are good. I hope to be like you soon. You're welcome. So welcome. So before I even start talking about this person, I don't know if you've seen the picture on the thumbnail. This is our new Defense Minister. Would you like to do something? Okay, I don't know the kind of content you create, Malise. I don't know the kind of content. I don't mind collaborating with any content creator from any part of the world. So I don't know the kind of content you create. Can you give me, like an idea of what you're doing? Okay. Oh, yeah. Okay. You give free henna designs out. Okay, that's great. And it's something that is being that art thing that they draw on the hand is something that that really people patronize here in northern Nigeria. The Muslim people, they really do that a lot. The northerners, they like drawing that henna thing on them. Would you like to get? Yes, of course. I would like to, but will it show on my skin? I'm very dark. Will henna show on my skin? I have a very dark skin. I don't think you're in Nigeria. Are you in Nigeria? You're not here. You're in Philippines. So that's going to be, this time might just be a problem. But anyways, thank you for your kindness. Thank you for offering me that. I appreciate you. I don't know if you people can see me very well. Like, I can't stay inside because it's very hot. I just want to stay outside so I can have fresh air. Ayodele Emmanuel. Hi Ayodele. Good afternoon to you. Where are you watching from? Please subscribe to the channel. Malise says, okay, I have a premiere in 10 minutes. After premiere, I'll be back. Okay, it's all right. Okay, your employees lives in Nigeria. Wow. All right, we'll just really have maybe. Okay, when you turn up again, let me just copy down your YouTube channel name. I'll check you out. Malise, the Queen. Okay, I'll check you out. Ayodele Emmanuel. Hi. Good afternoon. I'm from Ibadan. Okay, so good to have you. So today I just want to talk about this incredible human being. All right, I've listened to him a couple of times talk, and I never knew that we have in Nigeria in a very, call it, strategic position that is so intelligent, extremely intelligent, very, very intelligent. It's like he has the answers to where he's been put to solve problems. He has the answer, and that person is the former chief of defense staff, the retired general, Christopher Musa. The first time I listened to this man, I didn't even ever since the inception of this APC regime. Personally, I don't used to listen to news. I didn't even know who is the minister, except he's very popular, like Wike. Okay, so I don't know most of the ministers. I didn't even care because the suffering and everything was just too much. So, but one of those days last year, I don't know, I just on the TV, on YouTube, I saw this Al Jazeera interview with a Nigerian general, and he happens to be as at that time, the chief of defense staff. And what I did was, I listened to him. He answered the questions that were thrown at him intelligently. intelligently, as if he had the answers to the problem we're facing, which is insecurity in the country currently. He spoke so eloquently, so intelligently, and I was like, wow, we have this kind of person in this country. Where was he hiding? I was really mesmerized, guys. So today happens to be his birthday. Already said, they just screened him, I think, 2 days ago in the Nigerian Senate because he has been recalled after retirement to come save the country because of what is going on. There's so much killings going on in Nigeria, and the pressure from the United States is really so much that he had to be called back because he already knew he was in the system and he knew what to do. Instead of retiring him, putting him, back home, they called him back to come and save as a Minister of Defense. And during the screening process at the Senate, oh my God, that man is an angel. He is an angel. He has every answer. He has every strategy to solve what is happening. And everything he said is what I want to discuss today. And if you're a Nigerian there, and what's in our if you're a Nigerian there, okay, in the comment section, and you want to make, contributions, please, you're highly welcome. You want to talk about this man, you're highly welcome. And then you want to suggest what you think should be done to curb the insecurity challenge facing the country, please go ahead. But I'm gonna start by saying happy birthday to retired General Christopher Musa. He was born, according to him, during the screening, that he was born on the 5th of December. Today happens to be 5th of December 2025. He said he was born in 1967 or thereabout. But today happens to be his birthday. Happy birthday to him, first of all. For where I just started now. I'm trying to set this thing. Oh, I have a lot of people out there. Okay, Ayodele says from Ibadan, Miss. Okay, I'll be back. No problem. All right. I'll be waiting for you. Nat Wiyuka Benson. Hello. Hi. You're welcome. So, guys, I'm sorry. I'm saying outside. Everywhere is very bright, as I can see. I can see myself. So everywhere is very bright. So I listened to the. I was just saying, you guys. I listened to the screening of this gentleman in the Nigerian Senate, and he spoke very intelligently, and most of the things he said, I feel is worthy to be talked about, and I feel if implemented, Nigeria will be a better place. I feel if implemented again, most of the problems Nigeria is facing security-wise going to be solved. First of all, the man talked about border control. You know, Nigerian borders, okay, is a little bit porous. Like somebody can just come in and then leave. Foreigners can, especially in the northern parts of Nigeria, the border between maybe Niger, Chad, there's always this kind of lapses, you know, that somebody can just enter and then without proper documentation, without even having the proper IDs. So, as a matter of fact, according to him, most of those, because of the way the border is, most of these insurgents, most of these, call it bandits, they come from outside Nigeria, and then because of how porous the border is, they make way into Nigeria and then do whatever they do. And if they like challenge them, they run back. And once they cross the border to the other side, maybe to another country, you can't chase them anymore. So that's one of the challenge, according to him, or one of the challenges that is making this insurgency, or call it insecurity situation, prolonged for years now. That's one of the things. So if there is a little way, or there's a way the border can be controlled, or there is a kind of partnership between call it the Niger and other neighboring countries, the border control agencies come together with Nigeria and then try to control who enters their countries, all right? Try to control who enters Nigeria, who enters Niger, and as well check, proper documentation. It will go a long way in solving, all right, this security thing. We shouldn't just allow our borders open for anybody, all right? We shouldn't just allow our borders be open for anybody. That's why, because of how the border is being open and kind of loose, the conflicts. That's why there is a growth of insurgents, because most of these guys are not from Nigeria. They're coming in from, call it Mali, from Niger, all right? Though we still have the ones that are from Nigeria. So he talks about border control. I hope the government will take this very serious. Like in the US, they have what they call border patrol, but I don't know if the border patrol is the same as a custom, US custom service. I don't know if it's the same thing, but I feel if need be, because there's so much unemployment in the country, in Nigeria, if need be, to create an agency that is, solely responsible for border patrol, border control, I think they should do it. At least it will also help solve two problems. Like you use a stone to kill two birds. One, you control the border, the influx of who comes in or who doesn't come in, and equally you use that to create an employment for the state. The growing youth. We have so many talents in this country. You can equally use that to like create employment opportunities for young people, and in the long run, you're equally solving the problem of poverty. As a matter of fact, you're using one stone to kill three birds. Control your border from insurgency, create employment opportunities for the youth, and as well solve the problem of poverty, which is even what triggers these people to venture into criminality. All right, so I applaud this man, guys. I've never seen call it an office holder in Nigeria speak so intelligently, apart from Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala and late Dora Okunyili. That was the woman that led NAFDAC that time. She died 2014. I've never seen somebody spoke so intelligently, like apart from those two I just mentioned, like Christopher Musa. It's like he has answers to every question, answers to every problem that in the security sector of the country. The number two thing this man talked about was non-payment of ransom. to kidnappers. If you are in Nigeria, as a Nigerian, you will know that kidnapping has have come to stay. Like it hasn't come to stay. I didn't mean to say that, but kidnapping have been a thing right now. Like it used to be, you just hear one like this, maybe another. You hear another kidnapping case, maybe call it 6 months, but now it's like every minute people are kidnapped. If you travel like in this festive period, every single day people are being kidnapped. People that are traveling on the highway, a full bus load of people will just be hijacked into the bush, and then they will start calling their families for ransom. And the ransom is not something that you can just say, okay, take. It's always in millions. Somebody that is probably is worth like 2 million, you kidnap, and then you're asking the person to pay 50 million. It's a very terrible thing. So he talked about non-payment of ransom to kidnappers because of the truth. I see with him of the truth. This kidnapping and then payment of ransom by the victim's family or relative is really one of the things that is fueling the more the kidnapping thing is fuel. I'm sorry for guys that are not from Nigeria, please. So I just want to talk about Nigeria. I want to talk about what's going on. I'm sorry if you don't understand, you don't try to like understand what I'm trying to say, but if you've been listening to news, you should know what Nigeria is going through. We're going through insecurity challenges. Hi, we're going through insecurity challenges, and currently we just have a new defense minister who happens to be the former chief of defense staff, and he was screened. He spoke intelligently. When I listened to him, he was screened and then sworn in as the new minister. So I just want to highlight one of the things that he talked about, which I find very intelligent, which I find very strategic in solving the problems that is bedeviling Nigeria when it comes to security. So the second thing he said was non-payment of. The first thing I said was border control. He suggested, or yeah, he suggested, we should put more tactical measures to control our borders. Nigerian borders are porous. That's why insurgency has been prolonged for over 15 years now. Like the Boko Haram, the bandits, most of these guys are not just Nigerians. Some of them are coming from neighboring countries from Nigeria to attack Nigerians, collect ransom, and then run when once they are being engaged by the military or law enforcement guys. They run and then cross the border, and once they cross the border to the other side of of another country, as a Nigerian or as Nigerian military or armed forces may not be able to go fish them out. So this man suggested that there should be a kind of partnership, a kind of synergy between the border control, the border, call it, enforcement agencies of countries that surrounds Nigeria, and I find that very intelligent. There should be a control of Nigeria's border. There should be a synergy between different countries border control agency, so as to curb the influx of these bandits, the influx of these terrorists into Nigeria. And the second thing he said, no payment of ransom, that we shouldn't, because of the truth, like I said earlier, ransom is helping people, these criminals, to do more. Ransom payments, it's like a trade. People are benefiting from it. They will kidnap somebody and then they ask for 2 million. Did they pay? They kidnap another person the next day for 5 million. They pay. So it's profitable. Why should they even leave that kind of business? Why should they leave that kind of business? Very profitable trade for them. And so they keep using the money they get from the kidnapping thing and then buy more weapons, kill more people, kidnap them more, and what started from northern Nigeria have sprayed down to north central, sprayed down to almost the southern parts of Nigeria. Kidnapping wasn't a thing kidnapping wasn't a thing in Nigeria. It used to be like once in a while kind of story, but every single day people are being kidnapped. People that are traveling on the highway are being hijacked into the forest, and when they're hijacked like that, they start calling their family members, sending money, sending money, sending money, and this money is not just hundreds of thousands, in millions. 50 million, 100 million. One person that is not even not worth like finance is not worth up to uh, uh 5 million, they will kidnap and then start saying 20 million. That's what they want. And if you don't bring it, some of them are being killed. So he said we shouldn't pay, there shouldn't be room for ransom payment. But it's difficult, guys. Why is it difficult? Because it's because, we are humans, all right? We are humans. And there is no how they will kidnap your person, your beloved. You will be worried. And the way these people operate, they will start, making you so frightened, in frightening your person. The person will be so, oh my God, I'm gonna die if you don't send in this money, please look for this money. Definitely it's a psychological game, but definitely you fall for it, and then you have to like pay to get your person released. It's a very difficult thing, but on the other hand, if we can stop, all right, if we can stop paying ransom to kidnappers, it will go a long way to, stem the tide of the increase of kidnapping in Nigeria. All right. And that's a suggestion from our new defense minister, which I find very intelligent. And God bless him for that. Somebody said, Vicky Raput says, hello, madam, I love you. Thank you so much, Vicky. Please subscribe to the channel. So the third thing this man talked about on the Senate floor was restructuring the judiciary system. I really, oh my God, I've never seen somebody, I'm praying in the future this man should contest for president. He's very intelligent. General Christopher Musa should contest for president. I wish, if I see him, I will tell him, sir, you're very intelligent. I could somebody like you, and people that think like you. He has what it takes. He knows everything. So he talks about restructuring of the judicial system. What do you mean by that? He said that, this sluggish kind of operation of, you ask the security personnel, oh, go fish out criminals. They fish out these criminals. They bring them, they try them in the court. Sometimes they don't even try. They will just jail them, and then they'll be waiting trial or staying in the prison, waiting trial for months, for years, for nothing, no serious, understand, immediate kind of consequences. It's one of the things that is making this criminality, this banditry, terrorism in Nigeria thrive. It's one of the things that is making, terrorism in Nigeria grow from where it used to be to what it is today. That if there are laws, probably they were in law because Nigeria used to be a very peaceful state. If the Senate, the judicial system can come together, make laws that will be an immediate kind of sanction, like will bring immediate kind of effect on or consequences on criminalities such as kidnapping, terrorism. Once you are caught, you are just persecuted immediately. Like they just read the law and this is it. It will serve as a deterrent to others, and I see it as a very, like he's just telling the truth. Once a criminal, for instance, now, why would you catch people are killing, some young guys will just be entering villages, burning, killing innocent people, and at the end of the day, the government of the day of such environment will just go, talk to them, negotiate with them, and they will tell the government this is what they want. Give us 2 million. Oh, give us this, give us that. Reintegrate us into the society, and the government will do that. They call it, is it de-radicalization? They will de-radicalize them. According, that's the word they use. Put them in one camp, wear them uniforms, be paying them salary, and these people will return back to probably their villages. People will be seeing them as, oh, this one is a killer. Oh. Do you understand? Like, Before you know it, already they're on drugs. They will go back to what they used to do. They are used to the kind of life they've lived. They will go back to what they used to do. And if such people are being caught and then the law is being read straight to them, the consequences for what they did is immediate, and the prosecution is taken immediately instead of delaying and then awaiting trial till they can break the jail and then run away. Why don't you just go ahead? If they kill, you kill them. If it's a death sentence, you give them. It's a capital punishment. Come on now. It will serve as a deterrent to many people that want to venture into such criminality. It will serve as a deterrent, because once one or two people are being killed, persecuted immediately with immediate effect, others will run. They wouldn't want to continue in that kind of business. So the fourth thing, I guess, he said, which I find, oh my God, this man is so intelligent, is database for all citizens of the truth. The other day I was just having a conversation with some people here, and I talked about Nigeria. Most of us don't have birth certificates. Like personally, like me, I don't have a birth certificate, original birth certificate. Why is that? Because the country that I was born into, Nigeria, is not a country that has a database, call it data collection system. There's no database. That's why I've been able to like manipulate their age, so manipulate their age in the sense that could reduce it, could increase it, could do anything they want, because there's no proper documentation of what happens when they were born, what happens. So there's no proper documentation of any Nigerian citizen. There's no proper documentation. So this man suggested that there should be a database for all citizens, in that once you are being caught, for instance, now in the act of kidnapping, maybe you were kidnapped by and you're caught, and then they click on the computer, what's your name? You tell your name, they click and then find who you are. Probably you've done it before, they know what to do. Or probably, they get your name, or you enter a village and then kill people. Probably they noticed somebody knew who you were and then reported to the law enforcement. It's just for the law enforcement to put your name on the computer and your details will come out, your full details will come out. That will help in tracing you. That will help to locate you. That will help to locate such a criminal and then arrest and probably prosecute the person. So the database thing is something that is very important. Like in the US now, a police will just stop you and then, what's your name? Can I have your ID? And then they will just take it, type your name, papa, into the system. Everything about you will come out. So I think the same thing should be replicated in Nigeria. It will go a long way to solve a whole lot of problems. All right, General Christopher Musa equally made mention of illegal mining, which is something that is to my knowledge, all right, guys, to my knowledge, is something that is really fueling insurgency in northern Nigeria. Illegal mining. Illegal mining. So he said they should ban it. There shouldn't be room for that anymore. They should ban illegal mining. I don't want to talk too much on it because it's a little bit sensitive before they come and arrest me. I don't want that. So he made mention of that, because the illegal mining is one of the funding, okay, is what is being derived from illegal mining is what they use in funding this insurgency when it comes to, call it, buying of weapons. I don't want to go too far, guys, but who knows, So he suggested that they should ban every form of illegal mining, all right, to cut funding from terrorists. And that's a great idea, guys. If you think otherwise, let me know. He also mentioned, oh my, this man is intelligent. He mentioned, there should be a kind of partnership between the local people, the states, the local people in the sense of the community people, the local governments, the state government, and the federal. all right, in trying to solve this insecurity problem, which is a good idea. Remember, most of the insurgencies, that is happening happens in villages. It rarely, okay, not that it doesn't happen in towns, it does happen in villages, especially in northern Nigeria. Enter villages at night, burn down their houses, kidnap who they can kidnap, or kill who they want to kill, all right, and then go. So how, if the villagers, don't, partner with, there's no partnership between these people I just mentioned, like these states, call it state actors, and non-state actors, there's going to be a little kind of lapses. For instance, the village could form a vigilante group that can be manning, the security posts of the villages. And if at all there are a kind of intrusion by, call it terrorists or kidnappers or whatever, that are more powerful and sophisticated than them, they can as well speak to the next, partner, which could be maybe the armed forces, which could be maybe the police, the civil defense, and every other law enforcement. That way, the problem will be solved the problem of insecurity will be solved. So there should be a little kind of synergy between these community people. You interview them, you get information from them, because they know their area. You ask the villagers which way did they enter when they took so number of people, which road did they enter. You understand? This is where they entered. Okay, this is where they did enter. Okay, did you identify anybody? Yes, I did identify someone. Who was the person? That way they will solve a whole lot. It will help in solving the insecurity challenges facing Nigeria. So guys, please subscribe. Michael C said, what's the difference between making it illegal and banning it? Please, let me just run it down. What is the difference between illegal and banning it? The difference is that it's illegal, okay? Illegal because you don't have a license to mine. All right, in Nigeria, for you to tap any of the natural resources, you should get an approval by the government through issuance. Sorry about that, guys. Through issuance of license to mine. But most of these guys, they're like local people, and I don't want to talk. I don't want. The thing is a little bit sensitive, guys, so I don't want to talk too much so that I won't be arrested. So there's a little kind of nonsensical deal that is going on with foreigners. So they'll just come in and then mine this thing and then pay the locals peanuts and then leave. So they don't have license to mine that is being like a recognized license. So they do it illegally. They do it maybe in the bushes. The government is not aware. The government of the day is not aware. So therefore, when they buy this thing, when they mine, they sell it to whoever they sell it to, and when they sell, they use that money to buy weapons, and when they buy weapons, they use the weapons to terrorize people. That's what is happening. They use the weapon to terrorize people, to kidnap for more money, kidnap for ransom, kidnap, and then they can, like, last week or 2 weeks ago, they entered the school and then kidnapped like 250 children. And who's going to pay for the ransom? The government. And they do. That's the funniest part. They do, with no arrest made. That's the funniest part. They negotiate with these people. It's not funny. So the man, General Musa, equally retired General Musa, made mention of making use of the retired people, like people that have been in the security, how do I put it? English is hard sometimes, guys. People that have worked in the security call it department before, like in the armed forces, in people that are in the intelligence kind of, they've been there before. So instead of retiring them, maybe their service years off, instead of retiring them, you have to like like bring them in, and then let them share their wealth of experience. You can just put them to head boards that it deals with security matters in the country. So they will just give you their ideas. They will tell you what you know they will tell you what you should do, because they already know. They've been in the system for over 30 years, close to 40 years. The security kind of they understand the security thing very well. So it's, if you bring them, instead of retiring them or sending them home to go west at home, bring them in again for them to bring their wealth of experience and contribute, to curbing the situation that is affecting this country security wise. And I find that very, very interesting. I think that's a very great idea. It also, I love this man. God, I don't know. I've never seen any Nigerian uh, person that occupies a very important position that is very intelligent. I think this is my first time. And like I said earlier, I would love this man to contest for president of this country. Even though he's not from my area, I love him. And I want him to contest for presidency in this country someday. He has an idea. He's very intelligent. He knows what's up. So the final thing he mentioned, which I don't know if is most of things what I'm mentioning, he identified the real cause of insecurity in Nigeria, which is poverty. Arrest 1 or 2 kidnappers. All right, guys, if you should arrest somebody that is into kidnapping business, or somebody that is a bandit, query that person, like question the person. You realize that is from a very poor background, very poor. Some of them have finished schools, they are graduates. Some of them have finished school 2, 3, 4 years, 6 years, no job. No job, and they are men. I used to say it's more difficult for a man not to have money than a woman. It's okay for a woman not to have money, but for a man to not have money is not okay, because it can drive him to do terrible things. And that's exactly what is happening. People graduate in this country for 10 years, no job. Once you graduate, they say, start be self-employed. Self-employed, no, nothing like grants, nothing like kind of support. Okay, something to just kickstart a business, to help yourself. They just say, okay, you're graduate, create your own job. How do you create your own job when you don't have a backbone? You don't have a financial backbone. You don't have anything to even start, hold on to create this job. Not that you don't have an idea. Not that most Nigerians don't have idea. Meet most of Nigerian youth now. You see, just ask them, what can I do for you? Okay, what would you do if I give you 2 million naira? They will tell you a whole lot of things that they can do. But how do they get this 2 million naira? It's not possible. Like, it's very difficult for some people. And when it's very difficult, when they're at that tight corner, they venture into criminality. They venture into, one brother, one of their friends, or somebody like that will just talk them into, okay, come, this business is very good, kidnapping. And once he gets into kidnapping, they kidnap and collected like 10 million ransom from the victim, and then maybe they will like 10, and they take 1 million. The next time he's going to be pushed to do more. And that's exactly what is happening. So this man was able to identify the real cause of insecurity. The real cause of insecurity in Nigeria. The real cause of insecurity in Nigeria, which he identifies to be poverty, unemployment. So that has to be tackled. So like the border patrol thing that he said, the border should be mounted. I would suggest the government, I don't know if the custom service is enough, but I would suggest, because it's like using a stone to kill three birds. One is that you by trying to, maintain your border, make it more strong, you can employ sorry, like you can create like an agency that is solely meant to control the border. All right, by doing so you've created an employment opportunities for the youth. Like you've like taken some people out of poverty, you've taken some people out of unemployment, greater number of youth, because Nigeria is a very big country. So protecting all the borders in Nigeria, like you might just end up employing like 2, 3, maybe 100,000 youths to protect the borders, and you've created employment of eradicating poverty in the lives of these people. And the way we exist in Nigeria, we like, we help each other in families. If I have to give. That's how we were brought up. It's cultural. You have to look after your family, your extended family, even as a whole. So I really applaud this man for identifying the root cause, and I hope the government will pay attention to it, because it's a good, I call it identification of what is leading to insurgency in the country. Poverty is the cause, unemployment is the cause, and a whole lot more. Mental, another thing, guys, another thing that is the cause of what is happening, especially in North, I see it as education problem, like illiteracy, lack of proper education. Most Northern youths, most of them don't go to school. They don't go to school. If at all they finish the elementary school, most don't make it through secondary schools. Most don't make it through secondary school, and it's a big problem, because if you are enlightened, you go to school to be enlightened, you go to school to be educated on things about life, on how to live, on how to what to do and what not to do. But if these people are not educated, how are they going to know, okay, well, this thing that I'm doing, this criminal act I'm carrying out every time, this kidnapping I'm doing, this banditry I'm doing is a bad thing? Try to see the consequences. They will never. They won't, because they are not educated. So I think there is a great need for these youth, especially in Northern Nigeria, to be educated if it's possible. Like in my time, during Akpabio's time as the governor of my state, Akwa Ibom, he made education compulsory. At school you're not supposed to be, as a child, you're not supposed to be seen on the street hawking. You're not supposed to be seen on the streets playing. There was a task force that was, set to arrest any child that is being found on the road, on the streets, or anywhere at all during school when it's not in school. If that child is not in school, you arrest the child. From there, the child will take you to where the parents are. When you arrest the parents and then query the parents, sanction them for not allowing their child to go to school. So I think a compulsory educational system, at least to the secondary school level, for every Northern Nigerian youth should be implemented. In that way, there will be a little room for enlightenment of these youths on the consequences of engaging in in criminality, such as killing people without having remorse. Another problem, all right, that this man talked about, which he didn't really talk so much on it. Most killings, it takes somebody with it takes somebody with highness, you know what I mean? Somebody that is on drugs to kill someone in numbers without feeling it. Sometimes they shoot, sometimes they use machete, cut somebody, like, so people call it machete. We call it machete over here. they use matches to cut somebody's face, cut somebody's arm, cut somebody's leg, cut. Oh my God! You need to see what has been happening here, guys. It's very gruesome, like very, very, very gruesome, very gruesome. So they need to, the drug thing needs to be fought, because without drugs, these guys cannot do what they do. Without drugs, these guys cannot do what they do. When it comes to, people talking about there's Christian genocide in Nigeria, I would just say yeah, in a way there's Christian genocide, but the truth is that it's not just Christians that are being killed in Nigeria. Muslims too, in their place of worship, are being killed in northern Nigeria. They are being killed in numbers too, not just Christians. So the room for negotiation shouldn't be a thing. Like, why should you negotiate with terrorists? Why should terrorists tell the government, hold the government by the balls to tell them what to do? Why should that happen? Why should they even succumb to sit on the table with the devil? You shouldn't. So most of the things this man said was very brilliant. Like I said, I first listened to General Christopher Musa on Al Jazeera. I didn't know, it's just a random kind of search on YouTube, and I saw him talking. I was like, Jesus, is this man from Nigeria? And I was told it was the chief of defense staff as at that time. Is it chief of army staff, chief of defense staff, CDS? I was so like, wow. So Michael says it would take women like Michael says it would take women like yourself to bring the solution, and men that are willing to do the work. Yeah. What drugs are being used there? Okay, I don't really have. I know some people take cocaine. I know some people take cocaine, but I think that one is very expensive because a common man cannot really afford cocaine. But the one they really abuse is this one called tramadol. It's like tablets. Tramadol is from India. Indian drugs, pharmaceutical, they produce it. So these guys, they buy it in quantum. It's like a very lucrative thing, like it happens in the US. They buy it in large quantity and then they sell it to the locals. I think it's a little bit affordable. So they abuse it. They are tablets. I think it's a pain killing tablet, but they abuse it a lot in northern Nigeria. They abuse it a lot. And there's this also, they have different very funny kind of drugs. I don't know if you know gum. There's this gum they use in making shoe. Some people inhale it. I've seen it before. I called a shoemaker to come mend my shoe, and when he was sitting, trying to do the shoe, he just brought this gum that they use in doing shoe, opened it and then inhale it. And before it was sweating, was high. I was surprised. Another drug they very prevalent in Nigeria is weed. People call it marijuana. We call it marijuana. Weed, that's cannabis. People abuse it too, but I think cannabis is a little bit okay because it's organic. But though people abuse it. But cannabis is another form of drugs that is being used in Nigeria. Another one is what they call colos. I don't know what that is. There's this one I saw somebody piping like water. They call it ice. They call that one ice. Like it's like a water solution in a bottle with a pipe. I don't know how. I don't like watching those kind of things. When I saw, I just moved away. It just happened that I walked into that person doing it. So that's another one. Ice, colos. There's this one they call laughing gas. I saw it in picture. I don't know what that is. I've never used drugs in my life, so I don't know. So there are lots of drugs. Some I don't know. I learned there's this one, feces, like dry feces. Somebody will just dry it and then add some chemicals and then smoke. It makes them high. I don't know, God. I can't be that so enslaved to the devil. God forbid. It's crazy. So drug is another problem in northern Nigeria. Drug is another problem in northern Nigeria. The most of the youths in northern Nigeria, young people in northern Nigeria are into drugs. So if that could be, controlled to, it will help in solving insurgency or terrorism that is bedeviling northern Nigeria and other parts of the, because these people don't just use their ordinary eye, ordinary selves to operate. They are always on heavy drugs that makes them to do the things they never thought they would do. So on the whole, I would just say this man is great and fits. I pray, my prayers for him is just please protect him, because I think he's one of the most patriotic Nigerian I've ever seen that happens to be, in a high position, even though he's political, but he has this very good spirit towards Nigeria. It means good for Nigeria and Nigerians, and I pray God to help him. I pray God to really help him solve this thing, and nobody should stand. Okay, who is the guy? Is the former chief of defense staff and currently being sworn in as the Minister of Defense. Just Google him. Is Christopher Musa. That's his name. General Christopher Musa. He has a solution, and I pray nobody should stand on his way. He has a solution. I pray nobody stands on his way. Because the real problem, guys, is that, sometimes they de-radicalize these people, all right? And then over time, they pretend to be repentant. And the government would think, okay, they've repented from these their criminal acts, and would want to like engage them. Like the saying goes, an idle mind is a devil's workshop. Let us get them engaged with something instead of just allowing them to be at home and then probably go back to their wrong ways. Them back into the society, give them jobs, and when they put them into these call it security jobs, they like the intels. They sell out the real people to the bandits. They like, they leak information out. They sell out their groups out, So the room for negotiation and de-radicalization shouldn't be a thing. I don't think it should be a thing. Yes, sir. Good afternoon. It shouldn't be a thing. Once you're caught killing, instant justice. Once you're caught killing, instant justice. There's nothing like prolonged awaiting trial. And instant justice. If it's by death sentence, under a month you should be killed. Under a month you should be killed. If it's by hanging, you should be hung. There shouldn't be prolonged kind of a thing, because it once you gather them like that. They gather how many times in you want to take another one? Okay, you want to take another one? Okay. Thank you. So where was I? Muslim Sheikh, hi. You're welcome to the channel, guys. You're welcome to the channel. I was just talking about this incredible human being. If you're just tuning in, his name is Christopher Musa, and I'm so impressed by the kind of person he is. I'm so impressed by the kind of things that he has to offer. Canary, where have you been? I'm just saying, you didn't turn out yesterday. Where have you been? Michael C says it's tough to understand and accept these things happening in Africa. In America, we have been taught and shown that they want us to believe. Okay, yeah, I get you. I understand you. It's just exactly what they want you to believe. That's what the media projects over there. But that's not the real thing, though. It's not all. Maybe it's partially is what is happening, but exactly. Canary says Nigeria seems to love Christopher Musa. Yeah, we love him. He's very intelligent. Canary, have you listened to this man talk? Have you listened to him talk? You need to listen to this man talk. He's very intelligent. It's like he has an answer to everything, and he doesn't filter things. What he feels is the real cause of the thing. It tells them. It says it. It doesn't try to like be diplomatic about it or try to like cover up for anybody. It says it. And most of the things it says are true. Are true. So go now, go and get it. So Canary, I just want to say, I heard VDM going on and about him how, yeah, there's this killing that happened in Benue. That was in June. I think that time I was in Lagos. In June, is it Yelwata? There's this killing. Bandits just entered. I don't know if it's Fulani, but bandits entered a Benue community and killed, I think they were over 150 human beings. They burnt people inside their houses. A whole families like were wiped out, because when they want to attack, they make sure that everybody, like, it's always like in the cold of the night, everywhere is quiet. When you've lost your consciousness, they will just come round you, all right, pour fuel, set your home on fire. Everybody inside will die, and anybody that runs outside will be, you see, that butchered with machete or shot dead. So it was VDM that actually, of all the bloggers, of all the content creators that visited that community, to like see things for himself firsthand. And when he got there, he saw everything and then filmed it, and and then came back. And the man had to like call him to ask, what did he see? What did he hear? So it shows that he is willing to work. He is willing to, submit himself, humble himself to get whatever information, vital information that he needs to end what is happening, and he means well. I first heard from I just go on my browsing spree. I just surfed the internet and then I saw this interview of him. That was my first time of ever having an encounter with General Christopher Musa, online. I saw an interview he did with Al Jazeera. He spoke so eloquently. He spoke so intelligently. And I was like, wow, is this man from Nigeria? And I was asking my colleagues, who is he? They said he's the chief of defense. I said, my God, this man should be a president, not just a defense chief. Should be a president. He's very intelligent. He knows what's up. He knows what is happening. He understands everything. And now, thank God they brought him back. Thank God they brought him back. I just pray nobody should stand on his way. He talked about a whole lot of things during the screening by the Senate. He talked about, Nigeria needs to control her borders, because most of these insurgents, people or bandits, they come in from Niger, Mali, and the rest of the, they will come here, kidnap, and then run back when they are being pursued. You understand? He talks about we shouldn't pay non-payment of ransom to kidnappers and who again, bandits. But that one is difficult anyway. It's very difficult because once, if you're a victim, if your family member is a victim to kidnapping, definitely there's no how you wouldn't want to look for a way to free your person, isn't it? So it's a bit difficult, but in a way it makes sense, because this keep payment for ransom. You keep paying, people keep paying ransom money, or paying ransom for victims of kidnapping. It's one of the things that is making the call it the kidnappers, the criminals, indulge the more in this criminality. keep on keeping on in this kidnapping. Do you understand? It's one of the things that is making them say, yesterday we made 5 million naira and we shared, okay, 1 million. Okay, let's keep about another person. This time around we make, and they keep making money. Do you understand? So if there is no ransom coming in, definitely in a way probably they will start thinking twice. Okay, let's look for some other things to do. So I saw that as a very important point that he made. He made Canary, all these things I'm like going back because of you. He made mention of restructuring of the judicial system. Before now, Nigeria never had insecurity problem. We used to coexist. You can travel by road. The only thing we used to have could be armed robber incidents. You travel and then armed robber would just stop. It was just a minor kind of security situation that we were facing way back then. But now it's not like it's crazy. So he said that the judicial system should be restructured in a way that there should be laws. I think they're doing, what is it called, constitutional review or something, is it reform or whatever. They should put into laws where there is, call it a death penalty for whoever that is being caught in the act of insurgency. There should be laws that once you're being caught, immediately you're being persecuted, you pay for it. By the time one or two people pays for their crime that borders around terrorism, kidnapping, which I think the Senate have actually approved, like they're working on this, they're trying to approve, implement it into law. Kidnapping, the consequences of kidnapping to be death sentence as capital punishment. I think I've seen that nobody's even debating there. Like everybody's like, let it be so, let it be so. So before now, that kind of laws were in there because we didn't face that kind of crime, we didn't face that kind of challenges in the country. So they're like, she is suggesting to the Senate they should restructure the judicial system to bring in laws that will give instant justice to criminals that are involving themselves in kidnapping and terrorism. And I think that's going to be a very, very good thing because it's going to deter once one or two criminals are being used as scapegoats. It's going to serve as a deterrence to so many more that wants to get involved in such acts. Do you understand, guys? So Canaries, because of you, like I said, that I'm going back on all of this. So it talked about database for all citizens. The other day we were talking about I think I told you guys that I don't have a birth certificate, like original birth certificate. I actually got my birth certificate when I was about I was like almost an adult. That's when I got that one. Doesn't really tell, I don't know. It told when I was born, but it wasn't gotten when I was born. In essence, most Nigerians don't have call it the Nigerian system doesn't really call it a valid kind of database. I don't know how to put that in English, guys, but they don't have a data system. They don't have it in Nigeria. In that I can be here, commit a crime here, and then run and then enter another state, hide for some, nobody will know. Whereas if I did been like, my name is Progress here, and then I'm Progress, in the computer of this Abuja, they have my name Progress, and then I run to Lagos State. Probably Abuja people are like, the law enforcement here are like, okay, they're looking for Progress, and then me, I travel to Lagos, hiding in Lagos. If I'm being caught in Lagos, the Lagos people should be able to log in my name on the computer, and it will bring out my my details. All right, but it's not the same thing. You need to go Monsing whatever. Bye. I don't like this your nonsense you're doing. Canary, he also talked about ban on illegal mining, which is a source of funding for banditry in northern Nigeria. Everybody knows that it is a source of funding, for these people to buy weapons and everything. So he suggested that the government of the day should place a ban on illegal mining, which is a thing in northern Nigeria. And also it talked about partnership, a synergy between the local community, the local government, the states, and at the federal level, like the security thing. The community should maybe set out maybe a vigilante group, or maybe people that just be mounting their security outfits at night, in that if there is anything that is happening, they should be able to report, to whoever that is available, the other partners. That way they will work hand in hand. It's not going to be one person's thing to end the whole thing. Utilizing, people that have been in the security system, making use of them, those that have been retired, those that have finished school and they've been at home having nothing to do. You bring them back to headboards that are okay. After you come and collect money, to headboards, that are responsible for this security thing. It also talks about, identifying the real cause of insecurity in Nigeria, which is unemployment, which is poverty, which is drugs, which is illiteracy. So that's it. So what do you think, guys, should be done to curb the challenges, security challenges facing Nigeria? Canary, are you there? What do you think should be done? What do you guys think should be done? Canary, are you still there? If you're a Nigerian, please just make sure that you contribute, because what is going on is affecting everybody. Now, most people won't be able to travel home because of fear of being kidnapped on the road. What do you think should be done to, eradicate this thing that is happening in the country? What do you think are the steps to be taken to probably reduce it equally, if not completely? And please, or even if you're from outside, what do you do in your country that ensures security of all citizens? What do you think should be done? So if we don't have anything to say, that means I'm going to end, because I just wanted to uh talk about this man, talk about him. He's a great person. He's very patriotic to the core, and it means well for the country. And being today is his birthday, today is 5th of December. According to during his screening, he said he was born on the 5th of December 1967, if I'm not mistaken. But I'm very sure of the 5th of December. So listening to his speech, listening to all the answers he gave, listening to all the kind of suggested solution he proffered during the Senate screening in Nigeria. And today happens to be his birthday. So okay, let me talk about this man. But on that note, if you don't have anything, I know most people may not really understand what I'm talking about because you're foreigners, but for the Nigerians, they understand what I mean. But if you don't have anything to contribute, fine. So we move to the next thing. What should we talk about, guys? What else should we talk about? I think this man is one. Tinubu, hold on. I understand it's making me think. Okay, please, Michael. Michael, I want you to think about what do you think? What kind of suggestion? Okay, take. What kind of suggestion? Thank you. Eh? You will do another one for me. Oh. Uh-huh. So, what kind of suggestion would you give? To curb, like in your country, what do you do? What do you do to tame the tide of call it security challenges? I understand America has its own her own problem when it comes to security, like the drive-by shooting and all those gun violence. But what do you guys do to like probably put people in check? Canary says, we know our president Trump said he will come and deal with the issue. That's why Tinubu is taking action. I believe you. I believe because it wasn't like this. People were killed. I remember that easy yellow water people that were killed. It was just like, okay, we'll investigate, we'll do, but nothing happened. Nothing happened. Nothing happened. I don't know if there was any arrest made. I've not heard of any arrest made. Even like these children that were kidnapped, was it 2 weeks back? Some of the children were brought home, were released, but there is no arrest made. How were they released? How were they released? How were they released that the people that held them hostage could not be arrested, not even one person? Because these people work in group. They can come in like 20, 40, 50 if they want to attack. So how would they enter a school? And the news is that, according to the news, guys, that when in this MAGA school in Kebbi State, when they were about to, there was an information, a leaked information to the securities there, the soldiers manning the school, that there's going to be an attack on the school. So these soldiers now, as usual, being their own routine, they like gather the students and then told them, like, give them a brief on how to handle such situation. If these people should come, this is how you will run or probably crawl. I've been in that kind of, they teach you what to do. Do you understand? You crawl, you don't stand up running, you crawl. They were just, giving them drills on how to, handle the situation in case there's an attack. But all of the sudden, guys, all of the sudden, the news has it that there was, military, they rule by orders. There was an order given to the military to withdraw from the school before these criminal people came and then took the children. The same day, like 2 to 3 hours before, they called the military that were protecting the kids to be withdrawn. They should leave the place. And maybe 2 hours later, the criminal struck and then kidnapped about 250, over, I don't know the exact number, but I think what I saw was 250 children, school children, taken to the bush. Some news has it that they were with helicopter. I don't know. I just, in local bloggers with the gist. Some of them were like, oh, they use chopper, they use. But who gave the order for the, because that's still the question. Even the Senate president was questioning who gave the order for the withdrawal of the troops that were protecting this case. Who gave that order? The other man now that was shot, there was a video that circulated same that week, 2 weeks ago, of Sani Uba, a general, brigadier general in the Nigerian. Yeah, mostly girls. I think it's a girls' school. I think it's a girls' school. It's a girls' school. Yeah. This man succeeded fighting and then entered the bush as a military general. It was going somewhere. I don't know what they like. But after everything, maneuvering, conquering, being able to run away from, because these people are heavily armed. They just took them unawares. And he ran into the bush. After a while, he made a call, chat to a supposed military person, that's supposed to send help, send emergency help, emergency probably chopper to pick this general off in the bush. How? Yes, so Sandra, what are we sending again? Water. the girl, what am I saying? This man sent a signal to so person. Okay, we've been attacked. Blah blah blah. Please, so send help, emergency help, send air reinforcement and all of this. So somebody leaked that information to the Boko Haram people or bandits or whoever they are, the terrorists. Somebody leaked in the in whoever that he's passed information to, thinking he was on his side. Somebody that took an oath to be protecting the integrity of Nigeria leaked that information to the enemy of Nigeria, and that man was taken out, videoed and taken out, making Nigeria a mockery before other nations. The girls will probably share they likely pregnant now. Well, I don't know really if they were shared. I don't know. But I learned some came back. But the question is, how did they come back when those that took them weren't apprehended? How were they able to come back? They're supposed to be responsible for their hostage taking, weren't apprehended. You see how it is. It's a very difficult place. But that's just by the way. I just wanted to talk about the great man I talked about earlier, Christopher Musa. On that note, guys, let's just move to the next thing. Canary, what should we talk about? Let me go take some water. I'll be right back. Give me 1 minute, guys. Let me take water. Let me take water. What are you people cooking? Now, won't kill me for this. What are you cooking? Okay. The heat is too much. Just want to boil. Hi, guys. Okay, I'm back. I want to eat sugar cane. Just give me 1 minute more. Of this light. Now won't kill me. Jesus. Now won't kill me, sister.
Look at this. That one self is your own.
Which one? I'll stay here. Why not they throw away the
Not
bottle?
me. It's that was the one that gave you now.
Let me stay over here. People will kill me with fire. So sorry about that, guys. So I'm saying you guys should just help us pray. Pray for Nigeria. Pray for the peace of Nigeria. Nigeria is going through a lot. My country is going through a lot. It used to be a very peaceful, beautiful country. It's going through a lot. So Canary, what happened yesterday? You didn't tune in. What happened? I was like, were you angry that? What did I even talk about that day? About the gun violence in America. Did I get you angry? I was beginning to think. I said maybe I got him angry. He doesn't want to show up again. Okay. Sorry. Slow. I was sleeping and snoring. Good morning, beautiful. Hey, Nathan Strauss. How are you? It's afternoon over here. How are you today? I'm eating, you guys can join me. I'm eating sugar cane. I don't know if you've seen something like this. You can extract sugar from this. So it's called sugar cane. So how's your area? How's your area, Nathan Strauss? You took injection and you're showing your bum bum to the whole world.
Close your eyes. Yeah, sorry. Close your eyes.
Guys, you're welcome. I'm just eating this. They call it sugar cane.
No, so are you giving me injection? Hmm?
Are you having typhoid?
Look at this your bottles. Any day you want, I'll give you them. I just default myself. And my sister that to this and that's why. So I just
Canary
take that drug.
says, did you see my message this morning?
It was you that treated malaria.
No, I did not.
I only that drugs.
Was it here?
That one you give me now. Where I go buy am give you.
Okay.
That one that's malaria.
Okay, maybe on Instagram. I did not check. I didn't see. Maybe I'll check it later. Okay.
I feel like just the play. I don't want to take any.
I came a little bit late. You know, this week I have my morning duty is always very early in the morning. Before I finish, it takes me like 4 hours to finish. So morning duty. That's why. Before I finish and then bait and then come on live to talk to you guys. Okay, no problem. No problem, Canary. So guys, subscribe. If you're just tuning in for the first time, you're welcome to the channel. This is Pro Storyline. Gabriel Henry says, good afternoon. Hi, Gabriel. How are you? Where are you watching from? Can I know where you're watching from? Let me know where you're watching from. And please subscribe. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Meanwhile, join me in eating sugar cane. Gabriel says, fine, and you? Okay, Gabriel, you're watching from Nigeria. Which part of Nigeria are you from? Which part of the country are you from? I'm equally streaming from Nigeria. Which part of Nigeria are you from? Oh, thank you, darling. Thank you so much. Thank you for that subscription. God bless you. Where are you from? Which part of Nigeria? Kaduna. Kaduna. How is Kaduna? What do you have to say, Gabriel? What do you have to say about the new Minister of Defence? Alen is from Kaduna. What do you have to say about him? What do you have to say about the new Minister of Defence? Ngwan Remy. Okay. I've never been to Kaduna. I've never been to Kaduna before. So I don't really know Kaduna that I've never I don't know Kaduna. The only call it city that is in Kaduna is Zaria. But I've never entered Kaduna Road before. So what do you have to say about the new Minister of Defense, Christopher Musa? Alan is from Kaduna. Gabriel, are you still with us? Or just tell us, maybe you're not very familiar with him. Can tell us one peculiar, one beautiful thing about Kaduna currently. And how is the road from our... Okay. Gabriel Henry says, honestly, I am very happy for him. He deserves it. I know he will deliver for us. Absolutely. You know, one beautiful thing he said when he called, when he heard his to become the Minister of Defense, it was like, wow. He saw it as an honor, as a blessing. And to him, according to his words, he said he cannot, how do I put it, that he doesn't stand a chance, like, he doesn't stand a chance to disappoint his family. He doesn't stand a chance to disappoint the people of Nigeria. He doesn't have that chance to disappoint Nigerians and his family. So he's going to take everything very, very, very serious. Like whatever that he needs to do to his best of to the best of his ability and to the best of his knowledge, he's going to do. Because when he looked at social media and listened to people talk about him, it was like, wow. So we cannot afford to fail his family. Okay. So that means a lot to him, and I pray it works. And I pray whoever that will stand on his way, thunder go strike the person. Whoever that will stand on his way, sabotaging his effort, but that thunder go strike him. I'm so happy that somebody like you, as a Nigerian, you're like happy for him as well. Thank you so much, Gabriel Henry. So how is the road to Kaduna currently? I've been hearing news of kidnapping and all. How is the road from Abuja to Kaduna? What do you think it is now? Is it peaceful? Yeah, but are you still with us? Namdi Anyanwu. Hi, Namdi. Good afternoon. How's everything going with you? This is what I got. Yes, I'm eating sugar cane. Come join me. I bought it, I think, some days back. I have it in the fridge. So once in a while, I'll just bring one and eat. Trey Mainon. Hi. Say hello from Anderson, Indiana. I think that's the US. How are you? I'm seeing you for the first time. Please subscribe to the channel and then like this live. Are you Nigerian? Now, what do you think about I don't know if you've seen our topic. How can we solve Nigeria's security challenges? And that's just number one. Number two is that the current what's it called, Minister of Defense. What do you think about him? What would you say about him? The current Minister of Defense that just got cleared by the Senate. What would you think? What do you think about him? It was a former Chief of Defense Staff, CDS. What do you think about him? Now I've not eaten sugar cane since this year. They don't have it in Enugu. So, Trey Mainon, you say you're from Indiana. How is Indiana? How is everything with you? J&J, the candy cap, says, you can let Mr. Trump send the troops to protect the Christians. I think the protection should just be for all. The truth is that the killings, okay, that is going on here is not just only towards the Christians, even towards the Muslims. Even towards the Muslims. Just that the Christians that are killed, okay, my own little knowledge is just, it's unfortunate that they find themselves in this terrain that has been surrounded by, call it, Muslims. All right, they find themselves in that kind of terrain. And they're like the minorities. And that's why when they come like that, they will just kill us. So look at, but these same people that are killing them are equally killing the Muslims. The same people that are killing them are equally killing the Muslims. So, I don't know. And but it's just like a peacekeeping thing, isn't it? J&J is, it's just like a peacekeeping thing. There's not how American troops will come to Nigeria to secure a particular territory that is being or that the territory that is housing both Muslims and Christians, and there is an attack coming towards these people. The fact is that sometimes you may not even be able to like differentiate between the Muslim and the Christians, because most these people dress almost the same. All right, in this region, they dress almost the same. They wear hijab. Some of the Christians wear, in northern Nigeria, wear hijab. The men, they dress the same way. They go with their normal like traditional way. So how do you even differentiate between the Christian and the Muslims? So there's no attack that will be coming, and the American troops are there that wouldn't fight back, defending both faith or faithfuls. Do you understand? There's no how. It's impossible. It's impossible. The territory where the Christians, are being attacked is equally a territory where it's being where the Muslims are. Do you understand? the territory where the Christians have been at are equally housed, or host the Muslim as well. So there's no how somebody's gonna come attacking and the troops are there. They're going to defend both. So Trump is not from here. We know our land. So him coming is a good thing. Sending troops is a good thing. As a Nigerian, I agree to that. I agree, because it's like a peacekeeping mission. When you can't really tackle things, you look for help, and that's the help. So if at all it's coming, it's going to protect both, not just some group and leave the rest. No, the Muslims are also equally suffering the heat. Wapu, they trust me. You don't want your so. Ja, why would you say I don't want my troops in my country? Why would you say so? Do you know the kind of sacrifice these guys make? Do you know the kind of sacrifice they? You didn't have to retract that statement. It doesn't matter. But I think if American troops should come in, they're going to work in partnership with Nigerian troops, because it's Nigerian troops that understand the terrain. It's Nigerian troops that is going to even brief them on how to get about, and then probably technically they may be well, how do I put it, knowledgeable more than the Nigerian, but it's the Nigerian that will show them how, where, and where to go to. Magu Makbonya, hi, you're welcome to the channel. Please subscribe. I'm seeing you for the first time. Uh, that was a type of U.S. troop. You do not want U.S. troop in your country. If you check social media, most Nigerians want U.S. troop because of what things have really escalated to the point of hopelessness. All right. So most Nigerians want the United States troop in Nigeria to help to come in partnership with Nigerian troops to curb whatever that is going on. Do you understand? We want them to come, but the fear, the fear most people are having is that there's no country the United States goes for peacekeeping or to calm the chaos of that country, that they don't end up messing it up the more. That's the problem. Most people are like, no, we don't want the United States in Nigeria. We don't want United States intervention in Nigeria, because if they come, they're going to make it worse more than it was. But I don't know how that's true. I just believe that different people have different ways. Leaders across the world have different ways of tackling issues. The fact that Mr. A, when he was the president of the United States, came to maybe Syria and then did one or two, which resulted in call it a prolonged chaos, made it more chaotic than it was, doesn't mean the next president of America that is intervening in another country is going to make it worse more than he made it. That's what I believe. That's what I believe. But I don't know, guys. But I don't know. But most Nigerians actually want the United States in the troops to come in. But please respect our territorial integrity. That's the word. Respect our territorial integrity. Don't come and then tell us what to do. We are the host. When a guest goes to a host house, once the host say, okay, thank you, or when you've overstayed your welcome, you should go back, isn't it? That's it. That's just the situation, J and J. Gopal Savani, say you from? Hi Gopal. Please subscribe to the channel. I'm seeing you for the first time. Namdi says, I think the leader don't know what they're doing. The system is corrupt because the system has a can the issue. A security system lacks strategic planning and execution. But Namdi, come on now. Did you listen to the new the I listened to this man called Christopher Musa when he was the defense chief, that's chief of defense staff. He went to Al Jazeera. I don't know how I stumbled on that video. I listened. I was so keen. This man consumed me, like my attention, consumed my attention. That I was like, wow, do we have this kind of person? Like, do you have a leader like this in Nigeria? He's too intelligent. Have you listened to him? Namdi, go listen to this man speak. It's like he has a solution. He has a solution to what is happening. If I didn't be tuning in earlier, I wrote down some, when he did the Senate screening, I wrote down some things he mentioned that should have like call it strategy to implement so as to curb the whatever that is going on. He mentioned border control, which is very vital. Most of the bandits that are coming into Nigeria are from outside, from Mali, from Niger. And when it comes to international relations, if somebody enters another country, call it a criminal, you don't have any right. The authority of the country that he committed a crime in doesn't have the right to run after him in that country. Instead, you're going to like tell the country, there's this person came to my country and then killed, we need this criminal, is in your country, and then they work hand in hand and then send the criminal back to you to face the punishment. So he mentioned border. You need to listen to this man, Namdi. He's very intelligent. He has a solution. The only problem is they have some, bad egg in the system. But if he can implement what I saw, what he spoke, what he presented to the Senate, what I've heard him say, wallahi, maybe Nigeria wouldn't even need the help of the United States. I'm serious. Let the US come and handle it. Okay, I understand why you're saying that. I understand because people are playing politics, but I noticed that ever since Trump said he was like, call it, what is it? I don't know the word. English is it's a bit difficult for me. When Trump designated Nigeria to be a country of particular concern, ever since then, everybody's walking like helter-skelter, running helter-skelter to like find a solution. Before they didn't. Do you understand? So I like what is happening. The pressure the heat is much on them. So let the US just hold on for the meantime, and then let's see what's going to happen. But for what this man said during this Senate screening, I think he has a solution. For me, he's very intelligent. Except somebody's going to sabotage whatever he's trying to do. But if at all everybody's going to walk like he said, Nigeria is going to be okay. I feel so. 5D star, hey 5D, how are you? Welcome to the channel. What's up, my friend? I'm doing okay. A system lacks the art of war. This is a price for everything. There's a price for everything. I understand you. Now listen, let him act now. He's on seats. Results will prove. I know. During the Al Jazeera interview that I stumbled on, there's something the interviewer was asking him. You said these people have sophisticated weapons. Where do they get the money to buy weapons? Because weapons are very expensive. He mentioned it. He gave the answer. Go watch that interview. It was last year. Now go and watch that interview. Five D Stasi says, I like the leader from Burkina Faso. Yeah. And how old is he? He's going on 37. It's going Captain. Is it a captain? Captain Ibrahim Traore is going to unplace it. The truth is, if young, call it the old African leaders could give the chance to younger people. We are very brilliant. We are very talented. We know the problem to our continent. If only they can give us the platform to showcase our talent, it will go a long way. But they will not. Look at Cameroon. Cameroon's leader is 91 years old. 91 years old. What is he gonna do? He can't even think. Like, the pains on the back will not even allow him to even think about what's happening in the country. Is going to suffer from at 91. He should be suffering from. I know very well that that man is going to have what they call dementia. Definitely, he can't remember things. And then you're handling a whole country as big as Cameroon to a 91-year-old. If only African leaders, these old men, can allow, even if, okay, fine, you want to become the president, maybe you don't want to be under somebody, you just allow the young youths to be the ministers, to be those that you're using to work, not the same brand, same old people, that don't really know what is happening in the 21st century. You're taking them along, you're doing things with them, they're the ones, making God. Ibrahim Traore have really changed in this very short period, Burkina Faso, and that's what a young African leader can do. That's to show you what a young African leader can do, and I wish they would just give us the platform to do it. Jan just says, ask yourself why the US doesn't get involved in the Congo South Sudan, and why is it showing interest in getting involved in Nigeria's internal conflict? Okay, one thing I understand about the United States, okay, the United States can always go to anywhere, especially I don't know, like, what is it called now? The United Nations. I think they have, 5 permanent members: China, Russia, the United States, France. I think maybe Britain, like the UK or so. These bodies, they like the ogas. What I mean, the ogas, they like the boss, and the United States is like the big brother of them, because most of the funding comes from whoever has money, has the power. And Russia too, has the way, the call it the machine muscle, the weapon and everything. But when it comes to the world, the US is like they call it the chief policeman of the world. For instance, and it's like a power that the US has. If anything happens in a country, the US has every right to, like, tell that country, the leader, look for answers to that problem. But if you cannot handle it, they have every right to come in, because they're like the chief policeman. They have, I don't know much, but I know they have there's this, call it, constitutional thing that they can come in and then make it happen, like settle it once and for all for you if you can't handle it as a leader in your country. So it depends on, I don't know why they're showing interest in Nigeria's conflict. I know, just like people are like, no, they shouldn't come because they're interested in the natural resources. I also know that DR Congo has very valuable natural resources like diamonds, which are very, very very expensive natural resources. But Nigeria is really blessed too, with varieties of natural resources: crude oil, gold, I don't know, so many that I don't know, many that are being mined illegally because they don't want people to know. So I don't know why, I wouldn't know why the US, probably Nigeria is like the big brother of Africa. Maybe, I don't know why. I can't really say why the US is interested in Nigeria, but if it's about natural resources, we are blessed too. If it's about people, we are blessed too. I don't know why they're interested. All right. Now it says, in contrast, why is Nigeria not doing anything about insecurity? Namdi, Nigeria is doing everything possible. There are some well-meaning Nigerians that are doing everything possible to curb, the insecurity problem that Nigeria is facing. Let's just take, for example, what happened to Brigadier General Sani Oba lately. They were ambushed. It was, his military, whatever, was ambushed. Let's just say it was normal ambush. They must, the insurgency or the bandits or the Boko Haram guys, the terrorists, got the information they were passing on that road, and then they ambushed them. But after ambushing, shooting, and them fighting back, this man ran into the bush, didn't he? He ran into the bush and then called the best. Okay, this is what we face. We've been attacked, and we need help. We need an emergency help. Sending choppers, sending this, sending help. We are scattered all over. He texted somebody, didn't he? Who leaked that information to the terrorists to capture that man? Who leaked? He sent it to somebody that's supposed to work for the country, isn't he? Or didn't he? He sent that information to somebody that is probably working in the military. How did that information got leaked in a matter of maybe minutes or hours to the enemy that man was captured, like that man was found where he was hiding in the bush, in the forest, and then captured and executed in such a manner, making Nigeria a mockery? How did it happen? Because once you capture bandits and then you're playing politics over it, you said, okay, they shouldn't be killed, or they shouldn't be killed. You play politics over it, and then you're like, oh, they are repentant. Oh, okay, let us de-radicalize them. De-radicalize them, put them in maybe what is it called, therapy, blah blah blah. 1, 2, 3, 1 month, you start paying them. And then later you say, no, they shouldn't stay like that. They shouldn't stay idle, because an idle mind is the devil's workshop. And then you start fighting. You didn't even give them another job. You put them in the security back where they've been fighting. Those people they've been fighting, you infiltrate them into the system. Why won't they leak the information? That's exactly what happened. That in negotiation thing is the worst thing that the government ever did to the country or their states. It's always the state government. It's the worst thing that they ever did. They shouldn't have in any way did that. You don't negotiate. You don't dance with the devil. You don't sit on the table with an enemy. An enemy is an enemy at all times, regardless if he has repented from his acts of wickedness. Regardless, an enemy is an enemy at all times. You don't sit on the table with an enemy. Even if you want to sit on the same table with an enemy, you're supposed to sit, with caution. Do you understand? So that's just the problem. Not that they are not making effort. They are making. I've seen a lot. Like, they've tried. The military, the army, they've tried. But some people, some element that were taken back into the system because they thought they were repentant, are the ones sabotaging these efforts and making the challenge prolonged. So that's just the problem. Now, I hope I answered your question. 5 days, I think we should draw the line where no matter how much money they come with, put the people first. Most people have a price that they will sell out anyone for. That has to stop. Exactly. This new defense minister, he made mention that non-negotiation should be a thing. You don't pay because a criminal, because what is happening before now, kidnapping wasn't really a thing in Nigeria. You can only hear about kidnapping now, and then maybe you hear it that maybe next year, oh, somebody was kidnapped. It wasn't a frequent thing, but today they're kidnapping every now and then, every now and then, every now and then. And why is it thriving? Because once they kidnap, today they collect 50 million, all right, from the victim's family as ransom. And then they see how profitable the business is. The next day they will just, buy more guns and then go into the den and then kidnap again. That's why the thing. So the non-payment of ransom is one of the things this defense minister said should be implemented. You don't negotiate with the enemy. No negotiation. Don't negotiate with the enemy. They say ransom. Look for a way around it to deliver or get your person released. Don't pay ransom. You can even use the ransom as a setup. Don't pay for ransom. But on the other hand, it's very difficult because maybe your breadwinner is being kidnapped in the family. What will you do? As a family, you'd be hurt. You'd be emotional. You will want your person to be free. And that payment of ransom is just like, but the real deal is, without ransom, this crime will not be expanding like it has. Do you understand? Without ransom payments, without, payments for kidnapping, it wouldn't expand. The kidnapping thing will be, the criminals will be discouraged to carry on. Exactly. Exactly. Namdi says they are inside. Exactly. In a military. Yeah, they are. Plenty. Plenty. And I blame the government for that. I blame the government for that. Will you negotiate? It still boils down to that negotiation. Especially in these northern states, they will just, some bandits will surrender, and then the next thing they organize one program like that. What? It's bullshit. You don't negotiate with idiots. You kill them. So I'm praying this man will succeed. Honestly, today is his birthday, and I wish very beautiful. God will not allow them to kill him, because what he's going to face is not an easy task. I pray God Almighty will protect him and his family, and will give him wisdom on how to go about things. Oh, Sasha, hi. How are you? Welcome. So now, one of the things he equally mentioned, during he talked about this database collection. Nigeria, we don't have a proper database system. Like, for instance, you were born. I don't know, Namdi, when you were born, if you have a birth certificate. I don't have a birth, like original, the one that is being issued. My mom said I wasn't even born in a hospital anyway. I was born in all these traditional birth home though. So I don't have a birth certificate. I know people in my own time don't have birth certificate. So he talked about, Nigeria trying to have, taking this data collection thing very seriously, so as to, be able to identify people. Do you understand? So as to be able to identify criminals, to be able to, once they, maybe they catch you, maybe even if you look like someone, there's always this mistaken identity. Your name should be different from the person. When they put up your name on the computer, by the law enforcement puts up your name on the computer, it should be able to tell one or two things, have one or two information about you. So he talked about that, and I think it's a very great idea. It's a very great idea. I talked about, partnerships of the villagers, the locals, the local governments, the locals at the community level, and at the local government level, the state and the federal, working hand in hand. And it makes sense, because that way, there's this room for information sharing. Anybody that has information, has power, has knowledge on how to handle things, how to solve a problem. I mean, he talked about, utilizing people that have worked or have been schooled on security matters, utilizing their experience, those that have been there in the system for like 30 years, those that have been retired, those that finished security schools should be brought back and their knowledge should be utilized. So I think this man really makes sense to me. I don't know. Uh, Honestly, if somebody like him should come out to say he wants to contest for president, he has my vote. I've never voted before, but I'll vote for him. He's very intelligent. Sasha says, how are you? Sasha, I'm okay. Well, how are you too? And how is your girlfriend? How is your girlfriend? I hope you're still not in that, in between feeling. Don't be. Everything is going to be okay. So, Namdi, let me ask you, what do you think, Namdi Anyanwu, what do you think is the real cause of insecurity in Nigeria? Or call it the sparks of insurgency in Nigeria? What do you think is the main causes? What do you think it is? I wish I had many Nigerians tuning in. So Namdi, I'm going to hold you as the only Nigerian. What do you think is the main cause of insecurity or upsurge of kidnapping, upsurge of banditry in Nigeria? What do you think is the main cause? Are you still with us? Namdi, are you still there? Or should I go on? I'm good. How are you? Okay. Namdi, are you still with us? Okay, let me go on. So during this screening, okay, this man mentioned the real identify. Okay, Namdi said at the root it's religion and money. Is that what religion or Namdi? Namdi, it's not easy for you someone to get up and then everything, every stupid thoughts, everything that we ever did in this life starts from the mind, starts from our minds. So for it takes a lot of energy for you to start as a criminal to even wake up and then start making calculations on how to execute a crime. Mentally, you have to calculate, you have to do one or two. It's draining. Like, so I think the real cause, the root cause of what is happening now is poverty, unemployment. Most of these kidnappers, if they should be caught now, you realize that most of them are graduates that have finished school 5 years ago, 10 years ago. No job, no job, no job. They don't have what to do. And you know how it is, yesterday we talked about pressures of that comes with age. You know how it is when you like 25, you like 26, 27, 28, you don't even have 5 naira, like you can't even boast of 100,000 naira. You know that feeling. Before you know it, if you don't have a contented spirit or a contented mind, And then you keep seeing these bad boys, flashing. Maybe it's the way your friends, maybe back in school, your colleagues are doing very well. You'll be challenged, isn't it? You'll be challenged. There's no how. You'll be challenged to do what they are doing to make that money. And God forbid that one of them will just come and meet you and say, I have a job. Oh, what kind of job? Don't worry, we will see it when we are done. And then they will take you. The first day, it's always like if you're a new intake into these organized criminal gangs. The first day you're like a peripheral kind of person. Maybe you be the one to watch the road for them, that kind of thing. So they will just put you at the spot of watching the road and then giving them signal. You are an accomplice at the end of the day. If you're caught, you're an accomplice. Whether you carried gun or you didn't carry a gun, you're still an accomplice. Like you're among the gang. So it's unemployment and poverty that is causing driving young men. I don't think any man, most of these kids, most of these boys that are venturing into kidnapping, if they had another choice, if they had a source of an income, if they had a job that is keeping them busy, they will start thinking about kidnapping. I don't think so. I refuse to believe so. I refuse to believe so. Most of the young girls that you see on the streets of, prostituting, I don't think they love what they are doing, but because of condition. And the funniest part is that once you start enjoying the benefit that comes with all these things, it will be a little bit difficult for you to withdraw. Not until you are caught. Not until you get caught. Do you understand what I mean? So it's poverty and unemployment that is really... Nigeria is a country that is full of young people. Like, call it 60 to 70% of Nigerians are people that are very young, below 40 years. And if you don't have job for it, when will they be okay? Like, is it when they start having back pain, when they are in their 50s? If you can't, work so hard and then gather for your future, when will you do that? The government really needs to, like, look at the unemployment situation. Like this man pointed out border patrol. All right, it talks about border patrol that they should ensure a more stricter border control. Yeah, border control. I mean, I'm of the knowledge, like I'm like seeing the sense of, okay, this would be a good thing. Why don't the probably the government establish an institution that is mainly designated for border control management? Like, why don't you... It will be like using a stone to kill three birds. Number one, you are going to bring in employ people, isn't it? And the majority is going to be the youths. That's, in a way, solve the joblessness, unemployment. That's number one. Number two, you've been able to, like, equally secure the borders of Nigeria, isn't it? Using these people that you've recruited. And number three, you've ended up eradicating poverty in a way. So why can't they do this? Why is it like, come on now? They should do it. Because unemployment is the cause of what is happening. Unemployment is the cause. No right thinking guy will be... Maybe you're working in the bank. When did you even have time? Do you even have a second for yourself attending to customers to come and be thinking how to rob? No, you wouldn't have time. You'd be exhausted. By the time you're back, you're going to your house to shower and then eat and sleep for the next day. Do you understand? Nabdi says, Frank Rice says, Nigeria so that meaning the British may continue to plunder her resources. I'm trying to understand you, Frank Rice. You're welcome. How are you today? Please like the live. Now it says, even if everything was good, there will always be people that enjoy doing evil. As the Bible says, the heart of man is this. That one day, Namdi, that one day, I agree with you, but it wouldn't be this evil. Like, it wouldn't be this much evil in the country. Like, I can't trust anybody. I don't know about it. Like, everybody's like a suspect. I can't really even to call it family members. If I don't really, I don't trust anybody, because you don't know somebody that you so much trust because of maybe last money can give an information and then they will kidnap you. I mean, you've not seen, haven't you seen a child? There's an incident happening. A young girl of 17 years old was dating. Okay, no, her elder sister dated this particular before the guy got married. What happened was that the girl, I don't know what kind of business she wanted to start. Maybe probably she must have been asking the family for money and they didn't give her. The elder sister went to this man, which is now married, this ex-boyfriend, which is now married, and then told the boyfriend that she had a job for him. Okay, and the job was like that the younger sister, which is 17 years old, a WAEC writer, that's an A-level school girl, should come and stay in this boyfriend's house. And then they will call the parents, her own parents, so that she shares with this her younger sister. They will call and say that the girl is kidnapped. You've not heard of such a thing. Do you think if that girl had money, she was doing very well, she had a job, she would start planning that kind of nonsense against her family, trying to lure her father, trying to pressurize her father into bringing ransom for a girl? It wasn't funny. Like, it's a funny kind of thing, but it's not funny. It's a funny thing, but it's not funny. It's a funny thing, but it's not funny, guys. At the end of the day, the Mumu ex-boyfriend, now that is a married man, was using his own personal line, to make this call for ransom. And thank God, they started tracing the number. They traced it to where he was living. And then when they got there, the girl that they said that was kidnapped was there gisting with the wife. That's how they arrested the man. They arrested all of them, and then they started confessing. The man was even playing ignorance that the girl just came and stole. The sister said she had a business. A grown-up man, a man that should be like maybe 40, 46, 47 was the one doing this nonsense, claiming ignorance that it was just, and they were demanding for ransom of 5 million so that later they will share. So poverty and unemployment can drive good people into becoming bad and evil. So you can't really trust. Like, trust is really a thing now. Trust is really a thing now. Debo one says Nigeria is a created nation named by a British female journalist. The country and its state was carved out by a Welsh from University of. Okay, that's a great information. Debo one Southam that Frank Rice says the roots of Nigerian problems are its former colonial oppressors. They have still not let Nigeria go. Exactly. 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 That's just it. The British, you know what, wherever they go, that's what they do. They will just mess up the place and then prove to be, the oga kpatakpata, like, I'm superior to you, you should do this and that. That's what they did to this country and then left. But this generation, this generation of Nigerians are the ones that their eyes are really open, very enlightened set of people. So there's no kind of trick a white man will bring now that we don't decode. Like, before you even bring it, we decode. We know everything. So what we're going through right now is, you're so right that it's the colonizers that put us into this mess. But we don't have to blame. There are countries like, I think, Singapore. There's a book I was trying to read. I don't like reading though, guys. I don't like reading big books. So there's a book I was trying to read about Singapore. Singapore was equally colonized by Britain. They equally messed it up. But in a way, they came a leader. They came a leader that stood up and said, we must rebuild our nation. I can't remember. I think that should be the first maybe indigenous leader of Singapore. You see, that was like, enough is enough. Enough of whatever that is going on. We have to like build our country. Good afternoon, sir. We have to build our country, and Singapore today is one of the developed countries. Like, they've prospered. They didn't allow, oh, I was suppressed by Britain, I was colonized by Britain, I was how mental, that's what I would say. Like, you have to change your mindset. I talked about this before. Everybody has to change. For change to truly come, has to change the pattern, the normal pattern of life. Like, to unlearn certain things and then embrace new ideas, embrace new mentality, change your mindset. And I think that's what is going to happen. If Nigeria must change, we should change the way we think, the way we reason. This, grabbing of wealth thing, it's of no use. How many years do you have to live on earth? If you're lucky, 70. If you're very lucky, 100. But you can't reach up to 150. So why grab so many wealth for who? Mr. Debonair says the Brits sold Nigeria to two caliphates. Those are the true owners of Nigeria. Tinubu is just a gate man. Oh. What did you say? Tinubu is just a gate man. Oh. What lie? Eh. It says even a gay man, the guy is too strategic. Like, have you ever seen a president coming to contest just for once and then win an election in Nigeria? Apart from Obasanjo, it's the first. So I don't think it's a gate man. He knows what's up. Like Tinubu is very brilliant. Forget about old age. He's a brilliant man. I believe he is brilliant. He knows how to strategize. Some said something in the comment section of one video I watched. He said, okay, he retired this man, this new defense minister. How are we even sure that he's not going to make him a successor in the future? Now he's bringing him back as this chief of, minister of defense. What makes you think maybe 2030 something be the president of Nigeria? Well, me, I like intelligent people, because the way he talks, I believe he has, like, it's a presidential product for me. So I don't care whether it's from the north, whether it's from the south. As far as you can redeem this country from what it has been to something better, you have my vote. Frank Rice says Singapore is tiny. Nigeria is a huge multi-ethnic giant. Well, if you say Singapore is tiny, well, I've not been there. I don't even know the map, what it looks like. And I understand the fact that we are kind of multi-ethnic, like you said, but you're not going to tell me they don't equally have different ethnic groups in Singapore, like different people probably not speaking the same language. They should be. The thing is just a mindset. Like, somebody have to rise up. Somebody have to rise up and say, okay, enough is enough. That's the thing. Somebody has to rise up and then communicate that enough is enough. Let's change the mindset. That's it. Yay! Okay. Okay, my egg. Thank you. Thank you, Oga. Somebody has to rise up, guys. I say enough is enough. What are we going through? The bribery, the corruption. You have to pay for a job before you get a job in Nigeria has to stop. Anybody that is being found collecting money from, what how do they put it, job hunters should be sanctioned. Like, use somebody to do a scapegoat. Okay, they give me egg. I sent for egg. I didn't have egg. I needed eggs. Even something as little as throwing dirt on the streets. Let me tell you guys something. There's a day I was in the vehicle with my in-law, with the family. We're just going to visit another family member. There's something I don't know what I was doing, but there was something I ate, like a snacks after eating, and then I just wind down. Normal, Nigerian me, I just wind the windshield down, and then the window now, and then threw the stuff on the streets of Hey, my in-law finished me that day. He finished me, and ever since then, I've never tried it. Say, progress. A whole you? Like, it made it look as if I committed the biggest crime. Why would I be littering the streets? Something that I'm supposed to, as somebody that is educated, somebody that is enlightened, that's supposed to be telling others not to do, I'm the one doing it. Like, it made a scapegoat out of me. And ever since then, it has sunk to my, like, over how many years now? Almost like 7 years. I've never tried that kind of rubbish. Why should I eat? No matter what I eat, I will just pack it one side. When I get down and then I see a dustbin, I will dump it. That's like a mental change, isn't it? They've changed my mentality. You're not supposed to do this thing. So every change that should start from the mind. Every change that should start from the mind. And to take Nigeria to the land of progress, the land of call it promise, everybody just have to change their mindset. So that's just it for me. That's just it for me. Catherine, Catherine Hodge says it starts from the home. If you look at parenting styles, household issues, you might discover the corruption is in the homes. Sorry to say, it all starts at home, carried out, carried outside. The outdoors is. You just make absolute. That's a great contribution, really. So true. I agree with you, Catherine. That's so true. 100% true. 100% true. Because if you pamper your child, you pamper to spoil. And you can't correct your child when your child is like 0 to 10 years or 13 years old. Hold on. He's gonna grow up, she's gonna grow up, and she's gonna correct you because she's going to embarrass you. She's going to put you through hell. When you're supposed to control your child, when you're supposed to tell your child the good from the bad, it's from 0 to 10. And if you can't have a control over your child, if you're a parent that if you tell a child sit down and he doesn't obey you when it's like between 0 to 13 years, he doesn't obey you, and you play around it, you say, oh, it's just a child, allow her, I'll leave him alone, don't worry, he's gonna change. He's gonna grow up to become a nuisance to you. He's going to bring absolute shame and regret to you for having him. So you're so right to say everything starts from the family, from the home. So true. Michael says, change the mindset to work for the heart. Exactly. Change the mindset to work for the heart. Because everything starts from the mind. Exactly. Catherine says, the child today becomes the adult tomorrow. Exactly. Exactly. I've been saying, for instance, it's terrible, crazy things, especially all these, well-to-do families, like well-to-do parents, they tend to especially like in Nigeria where I'm from, you see a very wealthy man, or call it wife and husband and wife. They have maybe like 2 kids, and then you be watching. They will employ a maid, maybe to like a nanny. You guys call it nanny. They will employ a nanny to be watching over the kids while they're at work. And then in front of, if they are very before these their children be insulting the nanny, maybe stupid, auntie, you're stupid. They'll just, "Oh, don't say that." They won't even like sanction the child very well, that the child is messing around. Like, why would you tell an adult stupid? Sometimes if this nanny maybe secretly hit or spank, all hell will be let loose. There are incidences like here, teachers will correct our students. So teachers do correct students with beatings, like maybe with cane. There are incidences of a child messing up in the classroom, and the teacher probably spanked the child. The child goes home and then tell the parents, and the parents stupidly will go to the school to challenge the teacher. And you think you're loving your child. You're not loving your child. You are not. You're spoiling your child. And as the Bible says, you spare the rod and spoil your child. Like if a child is not corrected with, I'm not saying abusing, like don't abuse a child, but you have to correct a child with, sometimes with spanking. That's something like me. That's the language I understood when I was a child. That's how they used to correct me. My dad used to beat me. My mom didn't beat, but my dad used to beat us. In that, if my dad is around, you dare not mess up. You dare not do anyhow. If my dad is around, my dad is around. Your father is around, because if you mess up, the consequences that is coming for messing up. So pampering your child all in the name of love is not a good thing. If you pamper him or her today, she's going to embarrass you tomorrow. If you pamper her his nonsense behavior today, she's going to bring total shame to you tomorrow. So let me ask every Nigerian present the question. When you think of yourself, do you think of yourself as Nigerian first, or do you think of yourself as a member of your tribe first? Well, I'm going to answer this question. Oftentimes, if once maybe somebody, you're like in a strange land like I am, you're far away from home. Somebody says you, how are you? Where are you from? You're like, I'm from, okay, which tribe are you? It's not where are you from. They say, which tribe are you? Once you mention tribe, me, I will tell you, I don't belong to any tribe. I'm a Nigerian. That's what I used to answer. So I always feel I'm a Nigerian first before from so place. Nigerian. I don't see myself. I'm not even a tribalistic kind of person. But I love where I'm from. That doesn't mean I don't like acknowledge that I am an Anang, but I am a Nigerian first. So I don't know about others. So Nnamdi, you're there in the comment section. I don't know if you can see this question from Frank Rice. Okay, let me ask this my guy here. David, if somebody sees you, you're a Nigerian, right? But if do you think of yourself first as a Nigerian if somebody should ask you, or you think of yourself as maybe from Kogi first, like your tribe, Igala, is it? Are you from Igala? Igala, where? Okay, Ibira. Do you think of yourself as Ibira first or as a Nigerian?
Well, actually, first and foremost, you just for identify
Like if somebody
yourself
should meet you and then tell you, guy, how far now? What's up, man? Where are you from?
from
Sorry,
usually
no. Which tribe are you from? That's
this job
which.
from then you let them know you're from everywhere.
Okay, you always say Ibira. Me, I used to say I'm not from any tribe. I'm a Nigerian first. So most
So
people,
before they now say you're from
yeah.
Nigeria, from Africa.
So frankly, I think from Nigeria, frankly, I think some Nigerians do like are kind of tribal or tribalistic. So they always identify themselves. Well, me, I don't know. I think if people have answered that question, sometimes they'll be like, I know you're a Nigerian. Which tribe? Which tribe? Where are you from? Do you understand? They used to ask me. They used to ask me. But I always identify myself first as a Nigerian. Already my tribe is a minority tribe. Like it's one of those 250 sub tribes. Franca says, you think I'm for real, like I'm for real. But most people identify themselves from where they're from in Nigeria, or with where they're from in Nigeria. Frank Rice, you don't believe me. That's just the truth, though. That's the truth. So I don't know, Nnamdi, whether I don't think Nnamdi is still there. I don't think he's still there. He should have answered for himself. But I know most people will just say, okay, I'm Igbo, I'm Yoruba, I'm Hausa Fulani. But I always identify myself first as a Nigerian. Because the tribal thing doesn't really help matters. It makes us fight. It makes us feel, oh, I'm supposed to be, more highly classed than you are because you're not from my region, and that's not okay. So that's just it, guys. Is it that it wants to rain? The sun is gone. Frank Ross, I hope you are you're satisfied with whatever. I know you wouldn't believe me. Most people wouldn't, because they're so used to asking in Nigeria, where are you from? You just, what tribe? Will tell you, I'm Yoruba, I'm Igbo, I'm from this. Well, that's just it.
Ade boss, make her come, make her come. As per wetin now? And now you dey look up to like this. As now you dey look up to.
Urgent 2K.
See, after you na she. Na two I dey look up to like this, and you dey hold like this. No, abeg o.
Wetin that Destiny helper dey mean for TikTok?
See Destiny helper.
Na Destiny helper dem dey talk now for TikTok.
People wey dey gift.
Okay, gift us. Oh God. So guys, I think, I don't know. What should we talk about? I think in the next 20, is that 22 minutes? 22 minutes will be going off. So for people that just made major contributions, thank you so much. People that tune in, thank you so much. It's always been a very amazing, like, oh God, if people just make me feel like I have a family out there, even though I don't know you in persons, but I always feel very happy interacting with you guys, and I thank you. Thank you. I'm just hoping someday this country will be fine. I love Nigeria. I love Nigeria. I love Nigeria very much. Okay, Michael, see, thank you so much. Thank you for tuning in. So you're going for now. Thank you. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you so much. Oh, everybody's telling me bye. Really? I still have a little time, guys. Don't go. If we have anything to talk about, let's talk about. I still have like I think 21 minutes more to go on the show. So if you have anything to talk about, or you have any questions to ask me, you have any contribution to make, just go ahead and then make. I'm not really in a hurry to go, but I just have like 21 minutes to go on this show. Catherine, thank you so much. Like I really love that your contribution. Like they say, charity begins at home. Everything a child learns starts from the home. The home should be like, the first school. So if you don't train your child to be great right from the house, see what that hen is doing. It's eating that tomatoes. Kill it now. Let's eat. The cock is chasing her. So charity begins at home. Just try to like get it right with your kids and make sure that they are, well brought up. Like I, there are a lot of things that is happening. Like especially like in Nigeria, most of the training is being meted on, home training is being meted on the female children. You have to, so that you won't get pregnant as a teenager. You won't do, but they neglect the men. They neglect their boys. Our parents neglect our call it our boy siblings. And today, a typical Nigerian, some mostly don't behave well. They behave as some trend. They don't know how to, like, when it comes to relationship, they just behave like what I don't know. Do you understand? So everything should start from the house. Train your children how to live well. Train your children how to treat people well. Train your children how to be good outside and even inside. Let it be a pattern of life. Let it be a character, a way of life, a culture. Let it sink. How many these things they even bring for me? Let me check. David, do you have this in that your store? Did I even need this egg? I should have gotten fish. I'll still get fish tomorrow though. I like that fish. It's very tasty. I'll soon go off. Let me look for where I will store them. How can I save it safe so that the weather is very hot? I hope it won't spoil. Okay, I'll wrap clothes on it. Yes, they are raw eggs, so raw eggs. Hey, move! Stop making noise. This one no be now for kitchen, no.
I want to use them bath.
You no get soap.
No,
Why?
I don't get money.
That's so.
You give me soap now. You don't dash me.
I don't get soap, really. You won't wash, so you won't use them bath. No mind now.
Eh?
You won't wash.
What's this? I thought you were done with your life.
No, I'm not. I want it to get to 3 hours.
So if I collect kitchen, so my use wash.
They know they allow.
Which they know they allow.
They
But I
don't
tell you
allow.
how many person we don't use and wash.
Ooh, I don't
I
see
tell you,
them.
somebody tell you how many people we don't. Now my second I want wash.
I don't
I
see
want
the who
collect
carry
small
them.
money. Ask me say, nah,
I don't know.
not even
It's
buy am.
just meant for the kitchen. Bele. But that one don't do you, Nabi,
And only this now one wash. You know.
for football.
Oh, this one I the one they got to sleep.
Okay. So I have 15 minutes more.
Hey, I can
So guys, I want to thank you again. Like, thank you, Namdi. Thank you, Sasha. Thank you, 5D Star. Thank you, so many of you. God, I can't even remember. Like, Canary. Thank you, J and J. Thank you. J and J said we need U.S. intervention in Nigeria. Oh well, we need and we may not need. You know, it's just like we may need, we may not need. So thank you for tuning in. I saw you for the first time today, Gabriel Henry. This guy is from Gabriel from Kaduna. And the person we're celebrating today is actually from Kaduna, though born and brought up in Sokoto, according to him. So, Gabriel, thank you for tuning in. Ganari, thank you. Michael, say thank you. Uh, Thank you. All you guys are just the best. Like, great interaction. Ayo Dele, Melise, thank you guys. This dog,
that dog go die.
he go die. Oh, it's like sick.
Person wey get am no
The
even.
person no day. But they like say the person will get no day. He
You don't buy
travel. He
dog keep
don't go
am like that.
past. Eh?
They don't say that they give dog treatment. All this rubbish. Yeah, they don't do.
Those are treatments. Water treatments. Oh, guys, I think I have to go. We don't really have much to talk. I'm just a bit tired. I'm exhausted. So, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Tune in by, I don't know this SWAT and is it cat and SWAT thing. But tune in tomorrow by Nigerian time, 11 a.m. By then I should be, set. From that 11 a.m. I'll come on live tomorrow. So until then, we'll see. All right. Bye bye. Namdi, bye bye. Take care of yourself.
My brother be that.
I know good guy.